Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, the show about all things human from a baby boomer's perspective. All things hot and all things not. News, reviews, interviews, chat, tech, and what's next. And here are your hosts, Reatha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day today. As usual, Jim, how are you doing this fine Monday morning? Jim? Oh my, it seems that we're missing Jim for right now. Well, sometimes we have technical. There he is. Sometimes we have technical difficulties.
Let me hit you with the Good Morning Radio Boomers Live listeners and our Easy Way family. And Reatha, a little bit late, but I'm looking at the phone and I'm looking at the control box and I'm thinking, did I forget to push a button? I need Reatha's tech time.
Oh my, yeah. We tend to mute ourselves and we don't even know it. Too bad we can't do that in real life.
And you know, exactly, yeah, the repair button. It's funny as you get so prepared, everything's on point hours before the show. And here it is, the show's starting, and I'm looking like, oh my God, I'm not on the show. But I'll tell you what, Reed, this is really exciting. So much stuff, and wow. What a show. We got the co-founder of Constant Contact, Alec Stearns, with us. And this morning, along with our very own Carmelita Pittman's, Carmelita's Corner is going to be on with her guest, the multi-talented Scherrie Payne. And we have our folks, our hot topics with our reviews and current events. And later in the show, we have our special reports with Reatha's Tech Time. Get up to date on all the tech stuff. And for me, it's just interesting stuff I find to share with you guys. And the easy way of Wall of Fame, Reatha. I'll tell you what, that's going through the roof. The hottest, it's the hottest thing online. I don't know. It's going through the roof. And our recent members, Don Green, CEO of Napoleon Hill Foundation, Henning Morales, filmmaker, Andrew Lane, Billboard-winning gold record producer. We have Michelle Solana. And she's a business coach, and Mike Brown, Easy Way animator. You ever see the animation, Reef? That's pretty cool. And Jeff Steinberg, speaker. Viva Doll, the #1 Billboard artist. We know Viva. Gary Miller, gold platinum producer. And wow, Reef, we want to thank our sponsors, Billionaires Elite VIP, Jeffrey Levine Solutions, Virtuity, and Clarity 8, if you want to stay in shape. So I tried to cover some of the bases there at the EasyWayWallOfFame.com. Go to our click members and search the profiles. And remember to text EasyWay to 55678. How about that for only 2 breaths?
You did well. I was going to say, are we going to have our promo for the wall this morning?
Yeah, well, we'll see if we get a promo up. And, Reed, I'll tell you, everybody's ready to rock and roll with it. There we go.
Are you looking to accelerate your influence? EasyWayWall.com is a new site that allows you to promote yourself, business, brand, and your products as an influencer. You can share your ideas, receive comments, promote and brand yourself with the power of affiliation. Associate yourself and your brand with the power players of today to become leaders of tomorrow. Come and join the EasyWay Wall today. Sign up at wall.easywaybroadcasting.com or text EasyWayWall to 55678.
Yes, indeed. Easy Wall of Fame. And,
absolutely.
Grief, what's going on out there? They're opening up all the doors saying, come on out, let's start doing business carefully, but let's start getting out. And then we have these other experts saying, hey, you better go a little slower. I'll tell you, what a last few months, huh? With all we've been through, this is new to both of us.
It's been a roller coaster ride. Well, it's new to everybody. I mean, there are very few people that were alive during the 1918 pandemic, and this is supposedly, even more unknown than that, even though we've advanced so much in science. So it's just amazing. I know I'm one of those people. I'm going to enter with caution because we fall into that category of people that are, need to be really conscious of what we do and where we go and how we protect ourselves. So I think it'll be a little while before I'm out and about in all the places that I used to go to.
You weren't in the big crowds and marches in Hollywood last night, huh?
No, I've never been a big marching person to begin with, so I do my little silent protest. I was a hippie, and I did do the Summer of Love, and it really didn't look too much like what's going on in Seattle right now. That's kind of scary to me.
No marching band for Reatha, huh? Back in the day?
No, I've never been a big marcher. But I'll make a phone call, and I'll write letters, and I'll complain, and I'll do my part on the other end, but not so much in large crowds.
I kind of agree with you on that. But with that, Reatha, it's time for a little hot topic info here for the folks. Let's see what we got on the board. There we go.
Ripped from the headlines, today's hot topic.
Well, like you were saying, the protests are still going on. They're protesting not only all over the country, but all over the world, and we keep having incidents happen. I don't know what to say, Jim. I every morning I wake up, I look at the news, and I'm just like, oh, my God. What is going on in this world? It's amazing. So all I can say is everybody stay calm, stay collected, stay cool. And I agree that people need to be able to protest, and there's a degree of civil disobedience that is needed to keep our government and ourselves in line. But I don't know how much longer we can take this, these protests, and it's just absolutely amazing to me.
Well, the states are unlocking businesses, opening up with the distancing guidelines. They're opening the doors, but you have to be careful. The restaurants have a lot of guidelines, beauty salon, whatever, mask. A lot of caution going on getting out, especially opening their business. The spread of the virus has appeared to be slowing down. From May 12th to the 18th, there were approximately 6.8 cases per day nationally for every 100,000 people. That's a 16% decline from the previous week. Although the rate had slowed, now here's the thing. There were still tens of thousands. See, when you take that low percent, it doesn't sound like much, but there were still tens of thousands affected every day. Update, as states reopened, COVID-19 cases increase. Experts say the number of hospitalizations could be a key indicator in reopening. Is not just work. A tracking map showed 14 states recorded their highest 7-day average of new confirmed COVID cases during the first week of June. So these stores are opening, but these experts starting to say, well, let's see what's going on, because you look back in 1918 and that when they opened the doors, it was way worse. So, all right. So, will there be a second wave of COVID-19? Data suggests that in the U.S., the first wave has not ended. Several new studies support wearing masks to curb the transmission. Protests are still turning out in high numbers over the death of George Floyd. Thousands turned out in Hollywood on Sunday. The meaning has changed. They're starting to put other meanings on the marches. But they were, and then there was another incident, Reatha. There was an African-American shot in Atlanta causing more protest over there. So who did the shooting? Well, the officers now are facing a little stricter guidelines here. They're being fired or possibly prosecuted. The chief of police in Atlanta also retired. He quit, whatever you call it. Unemployment stats, May 18th, 2019 to February 2020, unemployment was below 4%. After February 20th this year, it skyrocketed straight up to, if you look at the graph, it goes along even, and all of a sudden it went straight up to 14.7%. This is May 15th due to COVID-19. Unemployment stats in effects equal to Great Depression, just about. Experts say, I mean, are we equal to that? That was pretty bad. Well, the experts say no. The current downturn will likely fall short of Depression standards relatively to overall duration. All right, so not quite as bad. It is because the causes of the current meltdown are much different, and the government has more policy tools at its disposal to keep the economy balanced than it did in 1929. The rate dropped to 13.3% in May from April, 14.7%, so we're slowly getting back on track. But there's funds now, a lot more funds than before. They can issue, like the $1,200, $2,400 situations, which may be coming back. It's on the table. So we might be getting some more checks. All right, the after effects. Many were giving rent. Now, we know about the delays, forbearances for 3 months in many cases. The problem is, you get the financial breaks and delays on the rent, mortgages, auto loans, and credit card payments, but there's no free passes. In many cases, when it's time, if you have a mortgage, now on the rents, there's a lot of issues. They have a reprieve for a while, and then you got to catch up on the rent. Well, on the mortgages, if you have a 3 month at $3,000 a month, say, at the end of that period, you owe $9,000, and a lot of people can't even come up with the basic $3,000 or whatever your rent is, if it's $1,000 even. So that's the forgiveness term is, it's not forgiven. You gotta come up with the money, and people are starting to face the evictions and the foreclosures and so on and so forth. So each individual, it's like every man for himself, every woman for herself. Mortgages paid, rent, car, all this. You have to find a way of doing it. You have to be clever, resourceful, innovative. Do your research. Look, there's a lot of programs that can help you out. There's grants. There's ways you can borrow money on your home. Well, you don't have a job in that. Well, there's programs that they go by the equity loan, and you could take out an equity loan from your house, get everything caught up. Interest rates are higher. But anyway, the COVID financial impact, the cost, economists estimate that the gross GDP growth rate will decline 5% for each month of partial economic shutdown. So the economic cost of the first 2 months spent fighting the pandemic will be $2.14 trillion. More than half of the renters have lost jobs due to the virus. The housing market it stalls a bit as potential buyers lose jobs and stay indoors. Now, on the upside, buyers need properties to buy, and new housing has slowed down quite a bit. I heard even 30%. So this is an ideal time. The interest rates are below 3% still. They're still really low. The qualifying, the qualifying guidelines are a little strict, but you're looking at a lot lower payments with a situation like this. Interest rates, like I said, they're below 3%. So I don't know, Reatha, if you're thinking of buying and you're working these used homes,
this is definitely the time, but until this is all over, I don't know. I think you better be very frugal. What can I say? But you know what? That takes us up to our commercial, and then we'll be back with our guest.
Introducing EasyWay Family App, your new virtual vision 2020. Be seen, be available, be everywhere. Available on Apple Store and Google Play. Track our content, stay connected, create your account to gain instant access. Go mobile or go home. 3 great influencers have joined forces to create a space for you to be the expert, get credibility, and be a best-selling author. Get acquainted with the EasyWay Wall of Famers and reach a celebrity status with EasyWay Publishing, powered by NLCP. Get seen on the cover with EasyWay Wall of Fame celebrity influencers. Get the credibility you deserve by being a published author. Best-selling status guaranteed. Increase your credibility, maximize your presence affordably and effectively. Enjoy your new life with EasyWay Publishing. Are you looking to accelerate your influence? EasyWayWall.com is a new site that allows you to promote yourself, business, brand, and your products as an influencer. You can share your ideas, receive comments, promote and brand yourself with the power of affiliation. Associate yourself and your brand with the power players of today to become leaders of tomorrow. Come and join the EasyWay Wall today. Sign up at wall.easywaybroadcasting.com or text EasyWay Wall to 55678. Looking to take the next step? Join the EasyWay Network and become part of our EasyWay family. Host your own TV show. Accelerate your viewership, as you will be seen on platforms such as Roku, Amazon, Apple. Brand yourself and affiliate yourself with celebrities, artists, influencers, and power players. For more information on how to start your own show, channel, or network, go to EasyWayPromotions.com. To stay updated on all our upcoming events, text EasyWay to 55678.
Looking to grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands? Your brand is all about your entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At EasyWay Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online branding, promotion, social media, website development, editing, graphic design, public relations, media, SEO, and online advertising to give your business the competitive edge to stand out. Our highly experienced experts will not only help you increase your online presence, but also provide you with a proven online strategy to help you increase the value of your company and make acquiring new customers easier. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let us help you grow your business exponentially.
For more information, contact 424-209-9290 or visit easywaypromotions.com. That's letter E, letter Z. We also encourage you to like our Facebook page at EasyWay Promotions.
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, EasyWay Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercial, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with EasyWay, Eric, for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit EasyWayNetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at EasyWay Network, Twitter at EasyWay Broadcast, and YouTube at EasyWay TV.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And sorry if you heard me, because we've got some remodeling going on. We've got lists of things that need to be done. And anyway, moving on here, Reatha, we have a very unique individual talking about a hardworking, hardworking person that has accomplished so much. I sent him a text. I said, I'm very impressed. Alec Stern is with us. He's entrepreneur, a keynote speaker, top 100 influencer, magazine covers, a mentor, and he's investor, American startup success expert, the co-founder of Constant Contact, of Riker Gasper Payne, co-founder of Muscardio, and he's partnered with G20 Ventures. And I'll tell you, I could go on and on reading a bio, but we would be here for an hour. It's like having one of the portions of the encyclopedia with us. So, without further ado, Alec Stern. Alec, you on with us?
I am, James.
There he is.
Hi, James and Reatha.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Alec, this is Reatha Gray, Alec Stern, and I don't know if you've ever met before, but Reatha's Betty White's co-host from Off Their Rockers. I don't know if you watch comedy, but it was interesting.
Ooh, I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
It's great meeting you, Alec.
Same. Thank you for having me.
This is kind of like Eric's show, only I say it's like in slow motion, maybe. So sit back, relax, and we'll just if there's any bloopers, Reatha and I once in a while will doze off while we're leaning against the microphone. I don't know, but I have to give you a big congratulations on everything you've accomplished. Like I said, your bio is very impressive, and you've done so much, helped so many people. And what do you think it was? I mean, why isn't Alec Stern an engineer, maybe a doctor, or whatever, a teacher? What put you on the path that you're on? What you actually have helped so many people in building their businesses and so on.
Yeah, appreciate the question, and it does start from my early days as a child, and my mom was an entrepreneur and started a business, and she'd always wake me early on the weekends to go put on a bow tie and help her with some projects related to her startup, and then we were also doing a lot of things, volunteering and sort of giving back, if you will, and so that was instilled in me in a young age, and it stayed with me. And today, looking back at my adult career, there were always weaved in were always things around helping others, giving back. So sort of a social impact side of it, but also a business impact. And today it's paying it forward and going out and speaking, all over the U.S. and parts of the world, and today virtually doing that many times a day, and getting a chance to just see what I can do to help those that are starting something or want to scale something.
Kind of exciting when you see you're making a difference with these people. I mean, that's rewarding, right, Alec? I mean, it's just something that when you go to bed at night, you've helped people. That's a good feeling.
It feels great, and I sort of always challenge myself in each situation, try to find the breakthrough opportunity within. And we usually can spend a little bit of time, sometimes not much, and be able to see that they may be on a path, but there may be something adjacent to what they're doing, or a minor tweak to what they're doing that has a bigger opportunity that we can see as a breakthrough opportunity for them, or they're a stuck point, or they're blinded by something, or there's an obstacle in the way, and sort of figure out how to knock it down to move forward.
So,
well, Alec, you specialize in startup businesses, and this is, a strange time, especially for entrepreneurs. What would be your advice now for someone who's, transitioning from one to another? Is this a time that a startup can even be successful?
Yeah, and existing businesses as well. I mean, a lot of my career has been centered around small businesses, and so startups and small businesses. In some cases, you might have a solopreneur that already has an existing business that's underway, and there's no time like the present, whatever it is. And I think there's market conditions that come into play, and we've had a few major ones that have kicked in between obviously the pandemic and sort of the requirements around just the social justice and so forth, and these are things that we have to take into consideration. But aside from those, which they're very important, and we need to be focused on those. If you are trying to start something, or you have something that's existing, now's the time, as they say, to work on the business, not in the business. And so For a startup, you may not be in the business working yet because you're formalizing an idea or you're trying to bring something forward. So you have at your fingertips, a lot of resources that are also freed up with possible time as well, and more willing to maybe, your target customer may be willing to hear your idea and give you feedback. Mentors or advisors may have that extra time to potentially work with you to take your ideas forward. The list goes on for those that might need to be in the mix with you to take the idea forward. And now there's no time like the present.
The term impacted is definitely out there, and you're out and about. You're not the kind of guy that sits around. You're flying everywhere, driving everywhere, going on. This was a big turnaround for you when everything all of a sudden stopped and, hey, I'm not going to be doing all this. So how did the transition go? And congratulations on the Wall of Fame and the summit. How did you enjoy Eric's summit, Easy Way virtual summit? That was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
how did you like the transition?
Yeah. So I'll address the transition, and of course, what's the things look like now. So myself, like anyone else, all of the things I was working on related to half my time were put on hold. So lost all potential income opportunities, and we were sort of frozen because live events were stopped. I then saw and really experienced a complete transformation of major conferences, summits that were in existence. Podcasts were always around, interviews, online interviews were around, but everything's been amped up, and now there's a lot more opportunity. And so for me, this is a time more so than ever for everyone to be able to give back. And I applaud all of the folks that are out there motivating and assisting startups and small businesses to go forward. Everyone's giving their time, to be participating in all these online events and so forth, and they've been very rewarding and still giving. In my case, I love the paying it forward and being able to be in front of everyone, and so now it's virtually, and so that's changed completely. But it's been great to experience. There's a lot of new things that have come online, literally online, that didn't exist before, where people say, okay, now's the time I can easily spin something up without having the footprint of a live event and all the expense and everyone, having to, cover that expense with paying to attend and travel and so on. Now it's at the leisure of someone being able to see it when it's live and then watch the recording. And so specific to, the Easy Way Wall of Fame virtual summit, that was a great experience, and several days of top speakers, many of which are friends and that I've spent a lot of time with over the years, sharing stages, and so it was great to participate in it and be able to do my thing, but also listen in to others and be able to comment and share some of my thoughts, as well as a compliment to those speakers with the golden nuggets that they were dropping on us, during those days, which were great. And then, of course, the feeder from that was, everyone going over to the Wall of Fame, Easy Way Wall of Fame, and being able to see my sort of profile there, if you will, and connect in. And we all provided an offer, sort of a special offer to assist. So engaging with people that want to do something more formally, like mentoring or some consulting to take the business to the next level. So it was a kind of a full end-to-end opportunity, which was great.
And what's your input on the Wall of Fame store? I try to keep up with this, but I'm learning more every day. Keeping up with Eric is, I think, a little bit out of my league now, but I'm trying. What about the store situation?
Yeah, and I sort of alluded to it. I didn't reference it correctly, but yeah. So I'm on the store with I've got an offer for some consulting time, and discounted that for folks to make it a little bit more palatable, and an opportunity to really dig in and spend some time and find the breakthrough opportunity for folks, and as well some of my fellow friends and speakers have also offered different things to make a bit available for folks to go to the next level.
So, you're on with Reatha and I, and we go back to the 50s. We can remember back then. Reatha might go back even further. I don't know. No, we won't go there. But you help people start businesses. There's a lot of listeners, and we have a lot of millennials. And I always say they should be listening because they may not make the mistakes we make by starting a savings program early rather than later. What do you think about people in their 60s that are getting close or retiring as far as starting a new business? You've seen it all. Is this something that's plausible, or do you think we should maybe just get a part-time job? Do you think it's something that's worthwhile, starting a new business?
Yeah, so everyone has a new business in them. And so oftentimes I'll go to a conference and I'll ask for a show of hands. How many folks think you're an innovator? And maybe 5 or 10% of the hands will go up consistently. I'll say, okay, how many of you have an idea or you've used a product or service that you thought could have been done better? How many have experienced that in the last month? And every hand goes up. And so you may have already been noodling on an idea, or you might have seen a service or experienced the service and seen a product that could be tweaked and done better. And so the only difference there is if you take that idea and you do something with it, where you might noodle on it or share it with others or go to your potential target market and ask them their thoughts and get feedback. There are a lot of things that can kind of get that flywheel going. Then you're an innovator because you're actually, in fact, taking that forward. And so age today doesn't matter because everything is at our fingertips to take products and services and bring them forward, to get them out, to start to get some feedback, to test and validate what you're doing. The sooner you can go to your target market and get that feedback, and you go to people you don't know. You don't go to, say, for example, if small businesses is your target, you don't go to ones you do business with, ones that you're friends with, ones that are tied to your family. You go to people you don't know and get brutal, honest feedback. Because when you share what you're doing with them, they'll tell you if this is real or not. And in fact, if it's so real, they'll even pay for it in the early days while you're even still building it out. So most people a stuck point for most people is not taking the idea forward. Like, well, I've had this idea for a long time, or I've been in my job for a long time, and now I'm sort of stepping away from that. And maybe I should be thinking about that idea. Stop the thinking and stop acting. Start acting by bringing this out to your target market and get that feedback.
Yeah. No. So do you think we should stay, like we've got, 40, 50 years of work and knowledge accumulated? Should we stay in the areas that we are familiar with, where we have the knowledge, or maybe try something new? Because that's a little bit more risky, right?
Yeah, I think that the knowledge that one has gained over time, is so worthwhile in so many ways. And so, for example, your new business could be something around consulting or advising on those that could use those skills and services that you have and just they have schooling but don't have the practical. And you could be providing a lot of sort of mentorship. There's potential to be an advisor formally, a board member formally, a consultant formally, a part-time person working with them formally. So I wouldn't lose that skill set if that's something you're passionate about and want to stay there. I would say the flip of that is now is a perfect time. If you want to exercise, new muscles and try something new, or you have a passion in a certain area, now's the time to do it. And I've done quite a bit of that myself, stepping away from technology and software and working on physical products, consumer, B2B, medical device, and things that I was passionate about and interested in. And so just, found a way to team up with some others to start an innovation think tank to work on some new products in new areas. So you have an opportunity to do either, and it's just really a function if you want to follow a passion or you want to stick to the experience you have where you can take advantage of both.
Okay, so you've got the energy. You're always out and about. Now it's changed a bit. Is this kind of changing? Now you have to present a different format when it comes to new businesses and so on. What do you think's holding a lot of people up when you're a lot of people coming to you, I want to get started. What do you think it is that's, kind of a blocker for most people? Is it the fear barrier, trying something new?
Yeah. So I could give you all the excuses we like to use. Fear, the concern, market conditions, the concern of kind of what things are going to look like, and in the future, and the box, think outside the box. Well, guess what? The box we had before is gone. Yeah. This new thing going forward, it may not even be a box. It could be a cylinder. I mean, it could be anything. Like, we don't know what it is yet. Yeah. So just stop worrying about that stuff. If you have an idea that you want to proceed, go get some feedback, and someone tells you this is a great idea, and they get wide-eyed with what you're thinking of doing. That will motivate you a lot more than sitting here, by yourself or talking to your family and your friends about your idea. I mean, if I brought something to my family, my mom would say, "That's such a great idea, honey. You should do it. Like, no one could do it better than you. Go out there, get going." I love that. Yeah. But you also need to get out to your target market. And even if you were in your target market before, it's changed. Go talk to the current people in your target market, and they're available with time today to do that.
Yeah, and they're talking about
people can get in touch with you by going to the Easy Way wall, and you have a special offer there.
Correct.
And
that's correct. Alec.
Is there any other? And how do you spell it?
It's ALEC, Alec, like Alec Baldwin or Smart Alec. ALEC, and the last name is Stern, like Howard, STERN. So Alec Stern, and I'm on the Wall of Fame. There's my social channels are there. There's also a link to my website to learn more. And then there's an offer for me to work with folks on the Easy Way store.
This is exciting. This is like you say. You've got, when you have the top people, top economists and advisors for the that work for the government or whoever, private, and they have one thing that they're unanimous on, and that's they really don't know. Because nobody's been here yet. These are familiar waters, and they're literally saying, like as far as the rates go, they're saying they should stay low for a while, going to 21. But overall, it's a big question mark. So, what you're advising and everything is this is invaluable, and like do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. It's new times. Right. People have to just learn and go forward and do this. But we really appreciate. I'm totally a fan, and I think you've done and you move on. You keep moving because I'm a great procrastinator. So this is a good combination for us, and maybe someday we'll meet. But we want to thank you for coming on, Alec, and keep up the good work, and congratulations on coming here with the Easy Way fam and everything. This is an exciting time. It's a different time for all of us. I mean, we go back quite a ways. We never remember anything like this. And someday we'll be saying, "Oh, I remember those days," right?
Right. So I'm a glass half full usually, or sometimes full. And I just feel that coming out of this, we have a bigger, better opportunity, and we if we're all going to raise the water level of this economy and small business and startups, and everyone's going to be pitching in and helping, and I really feel that we're all pent up to do so, and it's when we can, we will, and so I'm excited for the opportunity.
Another important thing, you're so busy, you do so much, you've accomplished so much. Now, what do you do in your spare time? What do you do for fun? Because you have to unplug and relax. You probably realize that's real important to keep the motor going, right? What is it, the golf course or tennis? What do you do?
So if I were to put them in kind of my order of enjoyment, it would be, I'm a drummer, so cool. I love to if I don't jump on a drum set, I'll take a couple of knives and a few pots and pans like I did as a kid, and bang out a few songs, and my, your parents,
I'll have to do it.
I'll have to do it. Well, listen, my dad hated all of it. First it was garbage cans, and I dented the lids. He hated that. Then it was pots and pans in the kitchen and around the house. Hated that. Young. Yeah, and then my mom, talked him into buying me a drum set at a flea market, and boy did he hate that. So, but eventually he tolerated it. And most of the times he would leave the house, when I started playing, and my mom would sit there like, that sounded great, even though it was just, I don't know, I was flailing on just hitting anything in sight. But it started at 8, and I enjoy it to this day. And you'll find me often just grabbing knives and drum to a song. And in honor of the guest to follow, Scherrie Payne, I have to pull up a Supreme song when we break and play to it. So.
Well, stay tuned because Scherrie Payne's going to be coming up in Carmelita's Corner, and I know it's going to be an interesting segment. Alex, thank you for joining us so much. I know you are just a fountain of knowledge, and people can find you on the Easy Way wall. And just thanks for being here today.
Reatha, iHeartRadio, the Easy Way Network. It's going to be all over. And Alex, someday can you maybe send us a little video of your drum performance?
Yeah, actually, I'm happy to. I just had a film crew in here for an upcoming virtual TV show that actually had me drum a song. So they caught clips with the real cameramen and women. So that should be that should be coming up and get out there within the next 30 days. So we'll have to see how it sounds. I think it sounds great.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you again, Alex, for coming on.
All right.
Thanks. Move on here, Reed. So we're looking at a commercial here, and then Carmelita's Corner.
Boomers Forever Young is really making a name for themselves as an exciting nutritional company with products that really work. People from all over the country are starting to take notice. Their whole-person approach to health and wellness, combined with their unique array of powerful natural health products, are setting them apart from all the other companies in the nutrition industry. Their customers love the one-on-one free consultations and the results they experience. Sound a little too good to be true? Then go online to boomerboost.com today and sign up for a free consultation with a product specialist, or just give us a call at 1-800-861-4609. Again, that's boomerboost.com, or call 1-800-861-4609 to join the thousands already experiencing the benefits of Boomers Forever Young products.
You are about to experience Carmelita's Corner. Carmelita's song Rosebud made it to the top 40s with the godfather of soul, James Brown. She's the founder of the Rose Breast Cancer Society. Now here's your host, Carmelita Pittman.
Hello there. How are you doing today? How are you making it through these amazing times that we're living through? I've got somebody that's going to shake you up and give you hope. She's one of the greatest singers that I know, and she's actually done lead singing for the legendary Supremes group. She has toured with both Mary Wilson and Diana Ross. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Scherrie Payne. She comes to you by way of Detroit, Michigan, her hometown, and she started out with music in her blood as a youngster. It's just part of her nature, and I'm just really excited to have her on today. Good. How are you, Scherrie Payne? Welcome.
Hi. Hi, Carmelita.
Hey.
I'm doing okay.
There she is. Well, we are now together on a great day. I mean, I believe we have much to celebrate because there's a lot of great changes being made as we speak in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you have a new CD that's giving us hope. that's going to help make the way for a great day. Can you tell us about how that came about and about how your producer, Rick, put that together?
Yes, Rick Giannatis. Actually, we did this a few years ago. Rick had this idea, and then we sort of put it aside for a while. And then when all this started happening, Rick had the idea, let's bring hope back, because that's what the world needs, and I thoroughly agreed with him. That's what we need now is hope, a hope for a better day, a brighter day. And it's coming. I know it's coming. We're going through a change. This world is having what I call a nervous breakdown, but God is in control, and he's going to bring us through this. So we've got to have hope and keep believing that it's going to get better, and it is going to get better. We just have to cling on to our faith and believe.
Absolutely. In fact, I see the ray of sunshine already breaking through. And it really gives me great hope. So, yes, indeed. And on that note, I hope that we're going to get to hear some of your music. Engineer, can we get that going?
She lets you know she cares. She's never far behind. Trust me and you will find she's everywhere, always there in times of trouble. Would never hurt you, would not desert you. Without her, you can't win. But with her,
Wow. My goodness. I heard it already, but it's like I'm hearing it again for the first time, Scherrie. Your voice is just so powerful.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could sing
you
like
are
that
amazing.
now.
You really don't stand that tall, even next to me, and I'm not that tall. I think I'm towering over you, but you've got this big voice coming out of that little body. How do you do that?
I can't really sing like that anymore, because of my age. I'm 75. I have to drop the key maybe 1.5 steps or maybe even 2. But I pray every day, Lord, please let me sing like I used to. But then I have to realize I'm not as young as I used to be, especially when I was
I don't know about that, Scherrie. You still look good to me. You still look young to me.
I try.
Huh?
I said I try.
Well, you're trying pretty good, and like my friend the Pink Lady says, age is only a number.
A number, that's right. You're right about that.
And you know what Bonnie used to say? Mine is unlisted.
Oh, okay. I like that.
But you already blew it now, so you can't leave it unlisted. But you know what? I used to just always blurt it out, and my husband said to me, "Why do you do that? You don't really look your age." So I decided to do like Bonnie.
Well, people can read my bio, and it lists my birth year, 11/4/44, like Diana and Mary, but we're all in that same year, so I can't fudge on my age. But I'm proud of my age, and I'm glad that I'm still here.
That's a blessing, and that's the way I've always looked at it. The fact that we're still here, moving and grooving and doing what we love.
Yes,
and that's really what keeps us young, because there are
that's
two
right.
ages. There's the biological age, and then there's the chronological age. And your biological age is how you feel.
That's right. How you feel. And I travel, still sing along with a former Supreme, in fact, the last Supreme, Susie Green, who still looks like she's 35. But
I'd like for you to shout out to her. I don't know if she's listening or not, but I've been watching you ladies do your thing. As a matter of fact, I was at the Catalina Club, and I was just really engrossed in your performance. And you guys are just fabulous on stage, just fabulous.
Thank
you.
And
your history is just amazing.
Oh, I'm blessed. I feel so blessed when I look back over my life. I said, Lord, you have really blessed me. I cannot complain, even though I do from time to time. I guess human, like we all do. We forget. We just think about the negative and think about the positive. Concentrate on the positive. The positive always outweighs the negative, so I have to realize that. But I'm blessed to still be able to sing. I've had a hip replacement. I'm a breast cancer survivor of 9 years, so I'm so happy to still be here. And so Susie and Joyce and I had so much fun on the road, and even before that, when Linda Lawrence was with us, before she retired from the group 3 years ago, we would just have so much fun laughing. And Freddie Poole, who was another member who traveled with us, who's now with the 3 Degrees for, I think, 9 years, I think. But anyway, we would have so much fun. And then at one point, Linda's sister, Sundray Tucker, was with us, and we were, called ourselves former ladies of the Supremes. And Jean Terrell, in the very beginning, and my dear friend Cindy Birdsong was with us briefly at the very beginning in 1986. So I've really been blessed. I can't complain. I've had some singles, and God has been good to me. And then I started writing plays, stage plays, and screenplays. And my dear friend Donna Welch was so who is still such a dear friend to me, has put on several of my plays, and I'm so grateful for that. He's an amazing director and producer. So God is good, and then we have other people who have helped us along the way, like Eric Iverson and Will Norman, who were my sons, our right hand. and they've done something even over Steve Weaver and Jim Safin, Brandy Tabarelli, George Solomon. I could just go on and on. Kevin Norwood, who are there to help us and boost us and keep us going, and Linda DiStefano and Carl Fierbacher. The list goes on and on. Tony Ross and Tony Williams and just so many people, fans who have become friends, part of the family. That's what I call it. And they keep us going. Yeah. So I'm just so blessed. Malcolm Burkhardt over in England and Ian Hedges. The list goes on. It's so deep. David Kramlich right here in San Francisco. Phenomenal. The people who have been right there with us all the way. So I'm just so endeared to them. I'm blessed.
Well, that's wonderful. And we do need to acknowledge the angels in our lives that have continued to hold us up and guide us along the way. And we are surrounded, but we might call them light bearers or whatever you want to call them, but there are people who have been placed in our path to help guide us and to lead us, And speaking of Don Walsh, I had a little exchange with him this morning because I was trying to get him on to listen. He's going to check you out on the archives. Speaking of that, I do want to congratulate you on being a playwright as well. A lot of people don't know that you write plays, and there were some heavy hitters in the audience the day that I went. In fact, you had a lot of the members of Motown royalty were there, and including Quincy Jones. I mean, I can't recall exactly, but he certainly when the doors opened and he walked in, people took notice. And you had some others as well, including one of my next guests that's going to be coming on next week, as a matter of fact, Micky Stevenson. He's one of the main cornerstones of Motown. I don't know what Motown would have done without him.
You're right.
Exactly.
And he has a phenomenal book out. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As a matter of fact, he autographed my copy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Marla Gibbs and so many, Thelma Hopkins, and so many.
They all turned out
Jacob,
for you. Sherrie, your sister, of course, Scherrie Payne was there.
Yes. Ernest Thomas. Just so many. So many of mine. Yeah, I was just so honored.
I want to tell you, I know we took pictures. I haven't seen them yet, but I brought Audrey Franklin with me to see your show. And I don't know if you recall, she is so feisty. I thought I got a kick out of it because Don Walsh was trying to acknowledge her from the audience. She was Ella Fitzgerald's promoter of 30-some-odd years, and she's working on her memoirs now, but he didn't pronounce her name correctly, or it wasn't spelled correctly, and she corrected him from the audience. I almost I said, oh my God. But she's very feisty. But anyway, I thought that was a moment.
Oh, I remember that moment. I remember.
Do you remember that?
I sure do. You sat right in the front row. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I remember she told me afterwards, she came up and said, "This could be on Broadway." I said, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
It was so wonderful of her to give me that compliment.
Yes,
so
indeed. Well, you have achieved so much, and you can see why you were also selected to be the lead singer when you were with Mary Wilson's group on some of the hits that you had, such as I'm Gonna Let My Heart Do the Walking.
Let my heart do the walk. Yes. Let my
and
heart do the walking.
He's My Man.
He's my man. Yeah.
Where do I go from here?
Where do I go from here?
And let yourself go.
Where do I go from here? Let yourself go. Yes. That was.
Give us some more, Sherrie. Don't stop now.
I can't remember it. I don't think I can remember it anymore.
Do you remember the words?
Let's see. You, oh, dang. Da-da-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee, da-da-dee. I can't remember the words. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. I can't remember the words.
You know what? I apologize. I'm not going to put you on the spot. It's been a while, and, if we haven't been on it, then, things tend to need to be refreshed.
Right. Well, I have some dear friends who are so supportive that I didn't mention, like Carmen Gracia, Miguel Herrera, and Jonathan White. They know those words. You better not sing these songs in front of them and blank out because they know every single word, like so many of the other fans, and they're mouthing the words. They know the words probably better than we do.
Yes, that's funny. As a matter of fact, when I was reading about one of the interviews, as a matter of fact, the one that you did at the Hal Awards at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and we were both there at that same time that they had the Hal Awards, and they said that when you did your play, that the actors, there was about 5 of them, would be looking at you, and you were sitting in the front, and you would be mouthing the words, while they were on stage. And then you said, well, I have to watch that, That was funny.
Yeah, I had to watch that. Sometimes if they flubbed the line or missed a line or something, I'm sitting right in the front row and I'm mouthing the lines because I know the lines. And I said, I didn't realize I was doing that. I just wanted it to be perfect because all the actors are so wonderful. And two
they
of
were
them
fabulous.
were nominated by the NAACP Theater Awards, 2 of them, Tia Days and Malika Blessing. They were both nominated as supporting actresses from A Lady in Waiting.
And I had the pleasure of meeting Thais. She was the lead, the star of your play. I met her at Congresswoman Diane Watson's house. And I told her I was going to come see her, and of course I wanted to see it anyway too because you were the person who was a playwright. But listen, you know what? I just happened to realize that the time is flying. And I want to give you a chance to give a shout out as to how people can get your CD Hope. Can you tell them how they can get it?
I know it's on YouTube. It's on Amazon.com. I'm trying to think. I'm not really tech savvy. I tell people that I just learned recently how to copy and paste, and I don't do that well either. But
well, one day at a time. One step at a time.
She's so tough. Yeah, she's really prolific at social media. I'm not, but they can go on the fan page, Scherrie Payne fan page, or Scherrie and Sue, formerly of the Supremes page on Facebook. But I know on Amazon.com, iTunes, you can get it, like I said. And what's another one?
Spotify. I know that it's on Spotify.
Oh, Spotify. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And listen, while we're talking about some of these network locations, I want to talk a little bit about the Easy Way Wall of Fame. This is really something new and phenomenal that the producer, Eric Zuley, has put together. It's like a virtual Walk of Fame, like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, except it's on the Internet. And it's got sort of like a Netflix, Amazon, Facebook, and all of that rolled into one. And people can post their businesses. They can create and update their profiles. They can follow each other and share. And there have actually been some deals that have been done as a result of people being members on the show. A lot of the members include celebrities such as yourself, influencers, people who are in various forms of, different walks of life, and they can offer their services, their marketing services as well. And there are different levels that people can enter. So all they have to do is visit www.easywaywall.com, and learn more about it. And they can also text 55678 free to join, because the first level is free. And I'm already a member. The producer put me up on the wall some time ago. And, so I've been enjoying having more of a profile, building. I'm still growing up. I haven't quite learned what I'm going to do when I grow up, but I'm still working on it.
Carmelita, you still have some major accomplishments. I'm proud of you too.
Oh,
very. Yeah, I looked at the website last night. It's very impressive.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's just so much to do. I just sometimes feel when people ask me, how do you manage to do all that? I'm just looking at them and wondering, well, what are they talking about? I haven't even come close to what I want to do, But I am very grateful. Like you, I'm very thankful for all of my blessings and, being able to accomplish what I have done so far.
Well, I love the expression on your face when they crowned you Miss Elegance 2017. I thought that was just fantastic. I loved it.
Oh, thank you. That was
the lady
a total
in red.
surprise.
The lady in red. I know, you can see it on your face.
You could have knocked me over with a feather. I had no idea that I would wind up having the title. It was enough just to have been invited to be in the pageant, but then to win, I just really flabbergasted. I believe that's my mom pulling some strings up there. She must be working overtime. But anyway, Scherrie, I want to congratulate you on being a breast cancer survivor. My organization really salutes you. Our main premise is, of course, is to prevent it from happening in the first place, but there's many things you can do to maintain your healthy status, and we can talk about that another time too. But like I said, I'm looking at the clock, and it is time for us to get on our horses and ride off into the sunset.
Oh, well, like I said, I'm just happy to be there. Like Frida and my mother, Mama died at 56 from breast cancer, so it's a blessing to still be here. I'm so grateful. And I do have to mention that with Susay and Joyce, we have music of our own too that has come out, and we have more music to come. But I want to let everybody know. In the meantime, keep hope alive. Don't ever give up on your dreams.
Keep hope alive. And my godson Sean Baker's been texting me and talking about keeping it positive, and I just want to thank him and all of our other listeners for tuning in. And thank you, Scherrie, for being a wonderful guest.
Thank you, Carmelita, an easy way for inviting me. And a shout-out to my daughter, Scherrie Payne Phillips, who's a vocal coach in Studio City, La Voix Studio. Much love to her. She's my inspiration.
All right.
Yes.
Smartphone, cell phone, PC, Mac, tablet, iPad. That's right. It's tech time.
As usual, a wonderful interview with Miss Scherrie Payne on Carmelita's Corner. Wonderful, wonderful voice. And just her singing a cappella over the phone still gives me chills. But thank you, Carmelita. And on to Tech Time. They were talking, as a matter of fact, all day we've been talking about this new technology that we're all having to learn because things have changed. Now things are being done virtually. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more. I think I've talked about it a little bit already, of streaming conference calls. Because now, not only are you talking to people, but they can see you. Now, I know I've gotten into the habit of being very casual when I work at home, but those days are kind of over because of FaceTime and Zoom and all the other video conferencing calls that take place. So I'm just going to give you some tips about how you need to set up your camera, whether you're using your phone, your tablet, or your computer. the first thing you need to do is make sure that you have proper lighting. Now, I know that we don't always look our most glamorous when we're on these conference calls, but you don't want to be sitting completely in the dark. And a lot of times we tend to have the light behind us so we can read what we want to read. But that light behind you just blasts out all the light in front of you, and it makes you not come across well on the screen. So what you want to do, it's okay to have a light behind you, but if you do, you have to have an equal or brighter light shining towards your face. Now, it's best if it's hitting you from the sides. You really need lights on both sides so you have an even skin tone and your background isn't blown out. So everybody doesn't want to buy special lights just for conference calls, but it might be worth the investment because I have a feeling that they're going to be here to stay. Actually, Carmelita, I think you're still on. At any rate, so you can you put the lights on the side. And the main reason you want to put the lights on the sides is because if they're directly in front of you, they reflect in your eyes, and you see these little like silver beads in your eyes on the camera. It looks very weird. So you want to put the lights on either side. It could be standing lights or cocktail lights, table lights, or whatever. But the lighting should come in from both sides. Ideally, it would be great if it came in from a window and streamed right at you. But a lot of times we're on these calls after dark. So you need at least a couple of lights to put on each side. And then you need to put your camera directly in front of you at eye level. A lot of people will have their phone or their tablet down below and they're looking down in it. And the people that are watching you are looking straight up your nose. Not a good look. So you might want to go ahead and just lift it up, prop it up with books. Ideally, get a tripod to hold whatever you're using to film with. You can get a tripod for your iPad or for your phone, or even if you're using a camera. Whatever you use, you can mount it on that tripod, put it so it's exactly level with your eyes so you're looking into it. And the other thing that I've noticed that people do, and I am guilty, is people want to get very comfortable. And guess what? People can see you even when you're not talking. So you don't want to get too comfortable, especially if you're on a business call. You can be a little bit more casual if you're talking to Aunt Susie in Idaho. But when you're on a business call, if you're stretched out in bed, they see that and they can tell it. So make sure you get an area set up, make sure there's plenty of light coming from the front, and learn how to use that Zoom or learn how to use that FaceTime, and you can stay in touch with all your business associates, families, and friends, and you will be looking good. That's my tech time for today. Jim, let's move on to your Jim.
Okay, baby boomers, it's time for Jim from Jim.
Yes, indeed. Well, the way in which you think determines the outcome. This is something I've said for a long time. Well, is it fact or fiction? I found a little article in realsimple.com by Lauren Phillips. And, let's start with what % of people actually think positive. A survey asked 3,000 individuals from across the U.S. how optimistic they were. Surprisingly, 85% consider themselves to be positive thinkers. So is it true that if you think positive, positive things happen? Well, actually, the answer is yes, it is true. Positive things happen when you think positive because you take charge of your thinking. Because you take control of your thoughts, you make good things happen. Become a powerful force. We become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret. Earl Nightingale, in a Rex Sykes Daily inspirational article. It states, you put yourself in the driver's seat and you steer yourself in positive directions. Hence, you get to where you want to go because you know where you are going and you're responsible for getting there. So it's all up to you. You have a choice to either think positive, I can do it, or think negative, I can't do it. Whichever you decide to think about, well, that determines the quality of your life. Whatever your predicament, thoughts and attitudes are is what you experience. Take charge of your thinking, start getting the good things you want, and, well, like I said, that's what I believe in for a long time. Whatever your current situation, have in your life the result of your previous thinking. That's where you're at now. It's because of your previous thinking. What you enjoy tomorrow will depend on what you begin doing today. Although I stated earlier that 85% of 3,000 people surveyed consider themselves to be positive, another study showed that humans have anywhere from 12 to 60,000 thoughts per day. And according to some researchers, as many as 98% of our thoughts are exactly the same thoughts that we the same thoughts that we had the day before. What's more significant is that 80% of our thoughts are negative, according to Jennifer Hartrove's Nature Theory article. Okay, so Lauren Phillips' article in Real Simple also gives 7 qualities of positive people. So these are the positive thinkers. 60 to 69-year-olds are more likely to be optimistic than those 18 to 29. Degree holders, or those with specific knowledge in certain areas or skills, is a confidence builder, and that confidence builds positive. Regular exercise. People exercise at least once a week are 40% more likely to be optimistic than the couch potatoes. Meditation, those who take time to meditate are 10% more likely to be optimistic. Taking breaks from the screen, most optimistic people manage to get away from their screen for at least part of the day. Dog owners are 4% more likely to be optimistic than cat owners. Social, 90% of the self-identified optimists survive, name spending time with family and friends as the top hobby. Procrastination stops, that's one of my problems. It stops you from fulfilling much of what you want to accomplish. You wait to be positive and how you think, and so on and so forth. And like what I've said, here's 5 common reasons why people procrastinate. This is one of my issues. Skill deficiency, lack of interest, lack of motivation, fear of failure, fear of success, and the fear of failure. I've said, do the thing you fear and the death of fear certain. Fear of success and resistance. So, I told you about that article. They asked Larry King, Larry, can you give us a show? Well, Larry's done so many shows. How could he pick one out? And he picked one out. He said if there's a comment made and he has 2 or 3 people as guests, there's going to be an issue because they're going to be arguing, debating about it. Well, on this particular show, he had 6 people. And to make it even worse, 3 of the people were from different religions, and the other 3 were from different areas of science. And the statement made was, the way in which you think determines the outcome. And he was thinking, oh boy, this is going to get complicated. Nobody said a word. It really, really surprised him. They're all sitting there basically nodding their heads. And the 3 religious people said it's basically written in their books. That's what God says. And then the 3 scientists said, yes, it's proven in science. So it does make a difference, and they, more in the future, they discovered that it literally changes brain cells. And you have that article. If you look up, there's a Japanese scientist who studied this glass of water, and they had these electron microscopes looking at the water, and they said the water literally changed by people that were around it thinking positive, and then when they left, people came in and thought negative. It changed the chemistry of the water. Plants can change. So it does affect. You ever have somebody walk into a room that you didn't know, and you could tell there's some, oh boy, kind of negative vibes there, and a happy, optimistic person walks in, it's a little different. Well, anyway, that's my article read for today. Try to put a little positive, so keep it positive. When you crinkle up that piece of paper and you throw it and misses, you go, I figure so, I always miss it. Start thinking positive, see if it starts going in more. But anyway, with that, I think we're going to we'll move along. Reatha, I think Reatha retired for today. We want to thank Alec.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Some of my positive article there.
We're having a half full day today.
It's but you've said this many times. It does make a difference when you go. Like if you're going, Reatha is into the movies and TV and all that, and she has to go to auditions. So Reatha, do you ever think of that? Do you put a positive spin in your mind, like I'm going to get that part, or what do you think? Is that something where you go, oh God, now there's so many people going to auditions, and then they have the online people going, it makes it even harder. Is that do you think that affects your motivation or your input, your positive input?
Well, if you get into the business of entertainment, then you also get into the business of rejection. So if you can't take rejection, it is not the place to be for you. And if you go in thinking, I'm going to do the best I can do, then you can always walk out feeling good. So the only time I don't really, that I'm not hopeful is when I don't prepare and when I'm not ready and I don't do my best. But most of the time I work hard to do the best I can do, and I walk out thinking, if they don't hire me, it's their loss, not mine.
Yeah, you just, something doesn't work, you pick up the pieces and you keep moving. I mean, I got all involved in real estate. I was doing good. I had a lot of properties, and a lot of them were on either on the water themselves, on a lake, on the ocean, on a golf course, and all that stuff vanished with Katrina. All that planning and finances, it all washed away, and the 2008 recession later on knocked out Florida. And I remember my father saying, well, you think you got troubles till you lose your health. And then down the road, 8 months, a year later, a doctor tells me I have all this lymphoma. So you get it fixed and you keep moving forward. Comes back again, you take care of it again, and you just keep going. You got to keep that positive. And if you want to be an astronaut, it's not working out. Okay, well, you just didn't have the right vision, or something didn't work out. So you can become something else in that field, maybe. Like Reatha, she doesn't get that part. Yeah, you're resilient and flexible, and keep moving with a positive attitude. But with that, Reatha, we've got many thanks to Alec Stern for coming on as such a America's startup success expert. It's a life changer. So if you're going to meet Alec, get ready for a change and pursue those dreams. You're going to be following them. You're going to be attaining those goals with him. And Carmelita and Pittman with another amazing guest, Scherrie Payne from the Supreme. Wow, Scherrie Payne, what a voice! And she sounds such a nice lady. We've been through similar situations with the cancer and everything. And she keeps going. And 1 p.m. today, Reatha, easyway.live. Jeff Combs is going to be on. He's coached over 12,000 clients, published 5 books. This is going to be talking about interesting and informative. And remember the easywaywall.com. Click members and then search their profiles. Text Easyway to 55678. And this wall is, you walk down in Hollywood and you see the people's names down there in the Walk of Fame. But with this, you go on it and you click their profile, click their picture, and it shows you everything about them, and you have contacting, and it's really, well, it's technology, Reatha. It's the world's changing. But I would say we've covered some bases here. Hope we've given you some good information. And with that, Reatha, I think it's about time to sign off again. So any last words,
we'll be
Reatha?
back. We'll be back next week, Monday morning, 10 a.m., Easy Way Broadcasting. There's just, all you have to do is Google Easy Way or enter Easy Way anywhere, and Eric and part of the Easy Way fam, he owns the brand. That's why he's one of the branding kings. He owns the Easy Way brand.
And
that's letter
it
E,
is like a
letter
family.
Z.
Letter E, letter Z. And it is like a family. Our listeners, the people that participate in the Easy Way family and the WOW, you can connect with each other, and it helps with your business, helps with anything that you're doing. But with that, Reatha, I think it's about time to sign off. So like Carmelita says, time to get on the old horse. And we want you to keep moving, keep the faith. Till next Monday morning, Reatha and I'll be back on Radio Boomers Live, signing out.
Bye. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to Radio Boomers Live with your hosts, Reatha Gray, Star Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Radio Boomers Live. Radio Boomers Live is brought to you by the Easy Way Broadcasting Network. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Broadcasting Network.